So this is a good topic, how to overcome negative thinking. This infects many people. And I'm going to touch on practical level and spiritual level. See, a lot of people, it's one or the other. Like, just non-dual it away. There's no negative, there's no positive. Why do the thoughts bother you? That don't work. I mean, you can try it. And then there's the other where I'm going to reprogram my mind. I'm gonna reprogram. This became a big thing. I don't know if it's still big or not because I don't follow it because it doesn't work. I'm gonna say, and this was like this church I went to in LA, the Science Church of Religious Science. It's all about positive affirmations and reprogram and all that. And my question the whole time was, how am I gonna reprogram the mind with the mind? Like, I didn't understand. It didn't ring true for me. Or the whole visualization, like I'm a positive person and whatever that entails. Because that's still the mind, imagination. I need to go beyond the mind. I shared in a video, I don't know if it's out before this one or after. I don't know how they're all get posted sometimes. What's beyond the mind? This I am presence. And you can feel it right now. See, I like to do things now so it's actual, and so it doesn't sound like just some kind of another concept or something that is going to happen in the future. And I like little short exercises because most everybody can do them. So if I'm here right now, which I am, if I stop thinking, which I can do, just a few seconds to stop thinking, turn your thoughts away or attention away from emotions, sensations, what you're going to do tomorrow, what you didn't do, your to-do list, everything. Just for 3 seconds, like anybody can do it. You're just here like this. There's something you can't switch off. I know I'm here. Like, I can't obliterate that from my awareness. I'm just here. Like, there's some vibration. Like, it's like, you know? Okay, that's beyond the mind, clearly. Because in that vibration, okay, let me have a thought. So my thought was, there's a tree. But that happened in the vibration. Now, what usually happens is when we have thoughts, the consciousness incarnates into them. The thought, like, let's say we're being still, and a thought comes and it like drags us. We're back in there, wherever there is. That's why the discipline or the spiritual practice is to stay grounded in this sense of just presence, while at the same time having thoughts and feelings, etc. Now, if you're grounded in that, you're going to be at a higher vantage point to where then, if negative or positive thoughts come, you see them as thoughts. When you see something, and you're not it, but when you see it, when there's some space, it has less of an effect on you. It's not so deep. So why do people want to overcome negative thinking? It's not just the thinking. If there was just the thinking, if you had no emotional body, it wouldn't matter. It's like, whatever, okay. Think, think what you want. But the emotional body gives manifestation to these thoughts. So if you start thinking, oh, I'm not attractive, and I'm not going to be nothing in life, and I'm never going to be awake, and all the non-dual people are awake except me, there's something wrong with me. So that creates a feeling, emotion of hopelessness or despair, negativity, whatever. So this is why people want to overcome negative thinking, because the negative thoughts have a consequence, and usually the consequence is emotional, and of course it can be physical too. If you think negative long enough and feel negative emotions long enough, that's going to start to break down the body, and then you're going to have physical symptoms and everything like that. So when you realize that I am this pure sense of existence, vibration, Om, whatever, there's a bunch of words for it. It's not about the words, it's about the experience. Then, like I said, there's more space between the thoughts and the emotions, therefore they affect you less, therefore actually the frequency of these things will happen less too. the less attention we pay to something. Like if you had a friend, like if you had a girlfriend or boyfriend, and you don't pay any attention to them, you think they're going to keep coming around? They're probably going to kind of like go to somebody else who gives them attention. Same with thoughts. So that's a spiritual level. We're not going to stop there though. The fact that we're in this physical body, it has its own laws and stuff. So, for example, diet and lifestyle and the preservation of sexual energy, those three things, they make a spiritual practice in a sadhana, which is being aware of this I am vibration. Or if you're a bhakti, it makes your devotional practice much more authentic. When we get our bodies back into a semblance of balance as best we can, not to obsess about it. That's another trap. I remember the raw foodists and stuff, or the fasters, people who fast, they're just totally upset. Oh, I'm going to look young forever, and oh, I'm going to heal. I got a little mark on my arm. I got to detox that out, and all that stuff. So we're not talking about that. Balance. It's all about balance. When we take care of our human unit as best we can, looking at it, what are we doing? Are we doing stuff in our life that's contributing to this negative thinking that we want to get rid of? Because there's situations you can be in that vibration of that situation. We go to a bar and everybody's drunk and fighting and talking nonsense. Or when I used to sell cars, you have 8 guys standing there. We stand in a spot. So then whoever calls the car first coming in, red car coming in, then we get that customer. So can you imagine the conversations that are going down in that circle of guys who aren't the most evolved? That example and the bar example, it emanates a certain frequency and vibration. So we're subject to that because everything's one, right? So wisdom has to kick in and say, okay, we got to do introspection and see, maybe I shouldn't be in that situation. I'm trying to get balanced, have less negative thinking. I have a spiritual practice that I'm devoted to, that I want to realize this presence more. These situations, when I'm in them, it seems to counteract that. It's like counterintuitive. Why am I doing this dumb stuff? Because addictions, attachment, whatever. There's a million reasons. But something wants to overcome that now. See, because you see how it's connected. Because you realize, if I spend time in nature, at the beach, or I'm having high-level conversations with people, it's where's the negativity? I'm not even thinking about overcoming negative thought. I don't even where are they at? Bring it, negativity. I'll laugh at you. Because you're in the height of your being. That stuff can't get you. It can't attach to you. That's my response to people who worry about these lower entities and stuff, attachments, people who are more prone to the spiritist type of philosophy and teachings. Don't worry about that. You get your frequency high, you have your spiritual practice. These attachments what are they going to attach to? There's no respondent vibration for them to attach to, you see? We have the power, it's just, are you accessing it? We got to access it. To access it, damn, there's a bunch of flies. I think they're horse flies. They bite, But I'm gonna put on my non-dual magnetism, and then they can't do it. That's all you do. So you want spiritual continuity in your life as best as you can. Some situations we can't help it. I wanted to quit selling cars 2 years before I could actually quit selling them because the environment was super toxic. But the karma had to play out. So I used to copy pages, I was 23, of Marianne Williamson's book. I'd copy her page, I'd photocopy them, and I'd put them in my pocket, and I would just read that over and over again when I was at work. I just needed to somehow get saturated in a higher vibrational field because there was nothing about the environment I was in that was high vibrational. But yet I had to let that play out for a while. So there's some things like that. The karma has to play out. But at the same time, be totally ready to cut that at the moment that it's available to cut. Don't get soft and stay in a situation that you know is not auspicious for you, and you're able to get out of it, but you're choosing not to. Wisdom and inner strength. You got to remember what your highest purpose is in life, which is self-realization. This is the highest purpose. That's it. Not to people please your family or friends or stay in a romantic relationship even though you know it's not serving either one of you. No. Highest purpose. When you do what's really true, it's going to work out good for you, her, and the whole planet. Lifting the vibration of the whole planet. And I did mention sexual energy before when I said I was going to discuss this on practical level. So maybe some are waiting for that, maybe not. That's a big habit that a lot of people have. I know because I'm in this field of working with people, and it affects a lot of people. Either they're watching things on the internet they shouldn't, or doing excessive masturbation, or promiscuous sex, or lusting, or trying to get hits of validation from people when they go outside. Let me know I'm okay. Let me know I'm attractive. All that stuff. You got to catch out. You got to do introspection. You can't just bypass all that and say, I'm just doing my spiritual practice. And some, even worse, they say, I realize nothing exists, and they stop. That's it. They start making videos. Nothing exists. My mom just died, and I feel really bad. No, she don't exist. You see? So there has to be some balance. We got to understand that consciousness is incorporated into this human thing. And so we got to work with the human thing. Can't deny that. And you get it as balanced as you can without obsessing about it. At the same time, you have a spiritual practice. And then what's the topic of the video? You'll be free, much more free of the negative thinking. And then even if thoughts catch you out sometimes, you know it's temporary. It's like not a big deal. Okay, I'm stuck. I'm in some negative soup for a minute. I can't seem to get out. It's all good. Let it pass. Go outside, go for a walk, call somebody, whatever. You take care of it. Have a good day.